I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This channel, the Shadow Teacher 33 channel, is devoted to the exploration of human potential, the exploration of the hero's journey and the thriving human spirit. And a key component to expressing human potential that I've spoken of before is this principle of alignment. And we have the old Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without. There are multiple dimensions of expression of our energy. And when we are misaligned in our thoughts, our actions, our deeds, our emotions, then much of the time there's an accompanying physical misalignment. Our heads may be jutted slightly forward, our ribs may be slightly flared, there might be an excessive arch in the low back or an excessive tuck to our pelvis. There's usually accompanying physical expression of the misalignment, where when we're aligned, we have this nice stacking of the spine. We're standing in our power. Our ribs are not flared out, they are tucked in. There's an engagement at the base of the ribs so that the heart can breathe full. Our head is high. Our shoulders are slightly back. There's a light engagement in the belly, and our pelvis or hips are nice and level, supporting this grand structure. And when we're aligned physically, we have this greater capacity to express energy, we have a greater capacity to receive energy, and there's a balance. The emotions are not running wild. The mind is not running wild, pulling us in so many directions, pulling us apart. And when we have this great expression of alignment, we are standing in the potential of being able to express our greatest gifts at the highest level. And we're standing in sovereignty. We're standing in a place of being centered when we have this alignment. And the work that I do away from my digital identity of the Shadow Teacher 33, I work in wellness coaching. I work in holistic wellness coaching. And many people are coming to me because they are physically out of balance. But what I've found, once again, when I get to know the people, there's usually a mental state. There's a neurosis that's associated with their physical imbalance. There's an impatience. There's something that's unhealed within the psyche. And what I've found, once again, the mind and the body, they are connected. When you are working on healing in the physical world, you can't ignore what's going on in the psychic, emotional, mental space, and vice versa. When someone is spinning out in their emotions and in their mind, they can't ignore the expression in the body, how that trauma or how that mental anxiety or suffering is showing up in the body. And the Western Rockefeller-controlled medical system wants to separate it, wants to make you think that it's all separate, it's all, these things are not connected. But anybody who is dedicated to healing, who's worked in that role, and is truly dedicated and truly has had their eyes open and been determined to figure things out, sees these correlations. And find everybody wants to heal the world. Well, not everybody, but many people want to heal the world. Many people want to save the world, but saving the world starts with saving ourselves. And we got to be aware. We have to start having some kind of awareness of who and what we are. And through dedicated practice and observation, we can find these places where we're standing in our power. We find these places of that alignment. We know what it feels like on a physical level. We know what it feels like emotionally, energetically. We have this expanded feeling and awareness. And we're going to get pulled out of that from time to time. But once we've tapped into that and we're dedicated to living in that space, then we eventually find our way back. And when we are living in that space for extended periods of time, then this is the healing of the self that we have. We are engaging the world from a place of alignment and sovereignty. And from this place, we can help other people. We have more to offer. We actually have something of value to offer, as opposed to being another sick person who is blind to their own disease, to their own dysfunction, and is going around spreading advice, telling other people how they should live their lives, when we have not addressed the splinter in our own eye. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. I felt a new feeling of alignment after being pulled out, and that was the inspiration of this video. And my sincere wish is people who watch these videos, that they are able to feel a sense of alignment, connection, expansion, have those moments in their lives, and know that there is great possibility within you. And have that intention. Once you know that something is possible, then be curious about it. Be curious of, how did that happen? What makes me that way, and what pulls me out of it? We get curious about these things, and we work with intention, and we walk that path to our greatest expression. So I'm going to do that today, that being walking the path to my greatest expression, and I'm going to see you on the other side. Be well, my friends.